I'd like to ask you to take a moment to consider what is the fundamental nature of your experience? What is the fundamental nature of your experience? What do you notice if you take the time to just pause and to even close your eyes and to just sense for a moment? What's the nature of your experience? There's some sound, there are sounds, sensations in the body, things that you feel. You open your eyes, there are things here in the room that you'll see. There are definitely things that you notice. We all notice things. We notice our breathing. We notice our bodies. We notice what we tell ourselves. We notice each other. So as you're noticing, whatever it is that you're noticing, I want to ask you the question, who is noticing or what is noticing? Who, but the better question is, what is noticing? Now, some of you will say, I'm noticing. And at that point, we could get into a discussion of what is I. But let's stay out of the philosophy and the deconstruction and so forth, and just stay with your pure experience. Just stay with your pure experience. And if you stay with your pure experience and you don't label I or not I or whatever, if you just notice, let's just say something is noticing. We'll avoid the philosophy part of it for the moment, of the philosophy of I for the moment, and just notice something is noticing. Or you could say or you are noticing. But then we'd have to define you, just like we would be in the what is the you trap, the way that we got into the what is the, I avoided earlier, the what is the I trap. So let's not get into the you or the I trap, and just stay with the experience. Just notice you're noticing, and that something is noticing. What I want you to notice about that something that's noticing is that it doesn't appear to have a location in the same way that other things do. And see if you can check out that with your own experience. You probably will, you probably will experience yourself as a kind of center of your experience, a center of what you hear or what you tell yourself. So there's some kind of center there. However, if you try to turn your awareness away from the objects of awareness and toward the mechanism that is aware of, you'll notice that that's not really possible in the same way. See if you can feel your way into that. the the you that is recognizing your experience is not locatable in the same way that your experience is locatable. That's what I wanted to say. You can locate the sound, it's over to the left, or you can locate the sensation in your body, and you can, in general, have the idea, the sense that there's a center somewhere that's able to notice those things. But that center itself is not locatable in the same way that the objects of sense are locatable. That's the big point I'm trying to get. I want you to experience here and now. Those things are not, that is not having a location the same way. Now, as I was saying earlier, we could say, oh, I'm experiencing the sound. And we can create, when we do that, when I say, I'm experiencing the sound or I'm experiencing the sensation, we create a kind of location. But if you feel your way into it, you'll see that it's a narrative location, a conceptual location. It feels better to say, oh, it's me. It's me. However, that if you go into the experiential, you'll see that the me that you're referring to is not locatable. What's locatable is that what we can, I want to say locatable, it's not locatable. What we sense, there's a substance there, there's a consciousness there. I'll introduce that word now. There's a consciousness there that is noticing but there's not a individual, there's not a thing there, a Morgan there, like there's a chair, or like there's a sensation, or like there's something else, or a Catherine there, or a Margaret there. I know it sounds a bit odd what I'm saying, but take a moment, feel your way into it. This consciousness layer, and let's even back away from consciousness. This part, let's just say the something that recognizes, that notices that something is occurring. The recognizer. But again, when we start to label the word, it becomes a concept. Just notice that. So the one, that which notices experience is occurring. And if you feel your way into it more, what you'll notice is that the sensations and the things that you're aware of are happening within this medium of recognition, for lack of a better word. Let's call it medium of recognition. But again, let's be careful, because what I want you to get is that the I, the you, the medium of recognition, the whatever labels we put on it are taking us away from the primary experience, which is simply the recognition that there's a field of being, some field of being in which awarenesses are happening. And you can verify this by noticing when you go from the sensation, say a sound, to a bodily sensation, that there's something containing that. There's a transition from awareness of the sound to the awareness of the body that's happening within some matrix, within a space, within a field of being. And that so that field of being, here's another piece that I want you to notice in there, is that that part, that which is recognizing or noticing the awarenesses of one sort or another, is not subject to being an object of awareness itself. See if you can see if I'm saying that the right way. But that part that is recognizing that awarenesses are occurring, experiences are happening, that part is not experienceable the same way that the objects of experience are appearing.